It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely... I'm almost there! Random... Why are there so many stairs? Podcast. Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the absolutely, completely random podcast for Saturday, June 27th, 2020, the final Saturday of June. It is a miracle. We made it. Woohoo! Thank you! Wow! 2020 just seems to be the year that we are just jumping through the timelines. Wow. Anyway, what do I got in store for you all this week? Well, believe it or not, I'm going to be talking about a Kamen Rider store. That's right, a Kamen Rider store that's opening up in Japan. Puzzles & Dragons has announced the P&D Pass has been released for North America, and oh man, I cannot wait to give you my thoughts on this. Pokemon Unite! Oh, we finally get a Pokemon game. That's something like what I've been saying we should have, but still... Believe it or not, there's an RPG game that's going to be getting its own anime, and it's not Golden Sun. No, The World Ends With You RPG anime adaptation is going to be coming. Have you ever heard of the Pokemon Go Grandpa? Well, if you're like me, no, I actually never heard of the guy before. I don't even remember hearing about him, but he now plays with 64 phones. I'm sort of picturing my friend's husband, and I can just see the look on her face if that would ever be him. She would lose her mind. And just when you thought it was safe to go back on the internet, Ranker has a list of anime you have probably never heard of or forgot entirely about. And I'm going to go through that list because there might be someone there that I know and you might not, and vice versa. All this, maybe something else. Who knows what could happen? The night is young, so am I. I'm 30, but whatever. It is what it is. And yeah, but anyway, you know the song and dance by this point. I'm sure you do. ARHOADS-2012 for all your weird oddity needs. Trading cards, DVDs, you name it. I probably have it. Maybe. One person's trash is another person's treasure. Don't forget the holidays are always around the corner, and with this current state of affairs that we're in, it's going to be harder and harder to get your hands on something. Secondary markets are going to be a godsend for you. And sadly, that means price spikes because people are going to try to make a profit, but there will still be honest people. I can guarantee it. But that's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at OtakuRhodes. Check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page and hit the thumbs up button, thumbs down button, slam that subscribe button, and bash the bell icon. And let me know that you want to see more of this content and more content that I have up on my channel, including but not limited to rant videos, discussion videos, reviews, the weekly podcast, monthly Q&As, and special videos that I put out every so often, like my recent drawing video, which, by the way, check that out. It's actually pretty good, and I put a lot of time and effort into making that. No, seriously, that was like every picture that I drew. Yeah. Alright, so let's talk about how my week went since we last were together. So, Monday I put up the Q&As, or actually not really the Q&A, I put up the drawing video. That took me, and I'm not even lying about this, it took me like a good 2 weeks to get together. Scanning all the pictures in, cropping out the back, the extra stuff, getting it so that you can actually see them since it's pencil line, and pencil line does not come up well no matter what you do. And if you try scanning it in and darkening it and telling the scanner to make it a little darker, the scanner blackens out the whole piece of paper, I found out. I don't understand how in the hell that worked, but I somehow got a negative of what it was I was trying to scan, and I just said, you know what, screw it, I'll just autocorrect it until it gets, till the lines get dark enough and you can see it. The hell with it. So that's what I did. So that video's been up. I'd like to thank everybody for your comments on it, and thank you all, by the way, for viewing it. I did put a lot of effort into drawing those, so I am getting better, so I've been told. I am improving. mean, my skills are loads better than what they were. I mean, my drawing skills sucked. The big hairy meatball. And when I started that, it's like, oh, well, I definitely improved. And my friend even admits it. My mom's been admitting it. So, yeah, my skills have improved, apparently. But there was that. I recorded the Q&A video on Tuesday, and I put that up on Thursday because I went back to work on Wednesday. And oh, boy. Yeah. So, at that point, on Wednesday, we were still in the yellow phase yet. We didn't go green till Friday. Wednesday was fun. Wow. First time I'd been back to work in a little over 3 months. Well, actually, I figured it out. It was 3 months and, I think it was 13. I think I said 13 days? 3 months and 13 days, I think I said. Or 3 months and 11 days or something. I don't know. I think I had it figured out. I think I remember. I think it was 3 months and 11 days. Yeah, that actually sounds about right. It's 3 months, 11 days later, I go back to work, and there's a lot of stuff. If you ever know somebody that works in retail, and they have rules and regulations that they need to adhere to start off each shift and to end each shift, like scanning stuff, where to put stuff, proper organization, things like that, safety precautions, and everything else. Imagine all of that, and then stack a few more things on there. For starters, it was hot. We still have to wear masks yet. It was hot. It was miserable. The water fountain has been shut off, so I can't get anything to drink because they're trying to recommend that you go and buy two 50-cent bottles of water from the one cooler, and I'm not doing that. Because, one, there's no registers, there's no drawers in the registers when I'm there, and two, I'm not going to do that. I mean, they put that stuff in literally as I'm leaving. They fix everything up as I'm, like, sweeping the floor and everything, so no. I'm not going to guzzle down a bottle of water. I mean, I'm desperate for something to drink. I'll stop at the Wawa and get something on my way home, or I'll stop at the convenience store close to me and get something as I'm coming home, which is what I did on Wednesday. I stopped and got a half gallon of iced tea, and as I'm pulling out of the parking lot and I'm holding it in the passenger seat with my hand, I'm like, I'm going to get home, I'm going to make you my bitch. I pretty much did. I was gone by like 12:30, 1:45, that was gone. And I'm just like, and I'm still thirsty. That's how thirsty I was. So that was that was Wednesday. Thursday, Puzzle Dragons were doing their 24-hour update and maintenance, so I couldn't get on till almost 10:30 that night because I fell asleep. Because I didn't want to go on my laptop because it was a little warm in my room, but I didn't want to go on my tablet because I was getting up for work in the morning. I wanted to try to get myself back into that mindset in case we go back to the early morning shift. And come 10:30, I get up and I'm like, okay, it should be done by now because they went by UTC time, which confuses me. And I thanks so much to Goemon on Twitter for explaining it to me. Apparently, it's 1 hour more than Pacific time. I love that. So UTC is 1 hour longer than Pacific time. So it was 1800 UTC, and UTC is 1 hour longer than Pacific time. So I'm 3 hours difference from Pacific, so then that's 4 hours. So 10 o'clock my time, 6 p.m. Pacific time, according to the UTC thing, that's 6 p.m. Boom. That's when I was finally able to log on and get my freebies for the day. That kind of annoyed the crap out of me. Then they, as I'm surfing the net this morning, I find out, oh yeah, no, now you can get, they did a neat little thing. It was 100 free pulls from their one machine. It's like a thank you to everybody. I'm thinking to myself in the back of my mind, I'm like, they can say all they want that this was for a planned event or whatever they want to spin this as. This is basically their way of apologizing for putting us through a 24-hour hell of not being able to log into this bitch. And for the people that might have missed getting their freebies for the day and screwed up their whole count because they were down for 24 hours installing one of the things I'm going to be talking about. So there was that. I did get a lot of cool monsters, though, out of it. Some that I didn't have. Some duplicates that I did have that I can now go for 2 of the creatures that I wanted to in the evolutionary line. A couple I might be able to exchange for some of the collaboration monsters that you can exchange them for, because I have extras that I don't want or don't need. So it does kind of work out for me a bit. So I'm happy, in a way, because I could probably get my hands on a couple monsters that I wanted to get versus a couple that I have no interest in, but hey, I got them anyway. So that makes me a bit happier than I think it should. But yeah, so that was, I did that this morning. But otherwise, yeah, this week has been annoying. It's all hell. But yesterday, as a Friday, we went green, and the parking lot at the mall where I work at, the store that I work at, that parking lot was filled. I get done at like 11 o'clock in the morning. I actually clocked out a minute early because I was given permission to get out because the line was backing up to our door, and it was mostly for my safety and theirs. So the one that was in charge of me let me go a minute early, so I literally got snuck right out. By the time I got to my car and looked back, the line was already past our door just to get into the mall. They were wrapping around in front of our store. And I was like, this is great. I was thinking to myself as I'm pulling out, I even said it in there, I'm like, I honestly wouldn't doubt if we'd be back to yellow come Monday. I'm not even joking. But yeah, it's like a freaking nightmare and a half. But hopefully everything will eventually stabilize itself in a way. I know One Piece is starting back up. This actually should have started up by now, actually, or at least later tonight, my time. But I'll probably try to watch it tomorrow or Monday. So yeah, that's about all I've been doing this week. Just that, surfing the net, playing games, doing stuff. That's about it. But yeah, let's get into the podcast, shall we? Because I got some fun stuff to talk about. Alrighty, so the maintenance with Puzzles and Dragons this week that I alluded to was for the Pad Pass and a few other things. I know they extended the Monster Box. I had like an extra 100 slots, so that was kind of nice of them. But the Pad Pass, this thing is interesting. I'm not going to lie. Now, I tried signing up for the free week, but I have to put in a payment method. And I do not do that. I will not pay for any of the freemium games that I play on my tablet. So that's out. So as cool as this pass seems, I'm gonna explain why I'm not doing it. Because I have to give Gung Ho credit on this one. I really do. A lot of times when you hear the words, free trial, you instantly think, and I do mean this, you instantly think the drug dealer business model. And what a lot of free trials do is they will give you a taste of what this can offer you. A perfect example of this would be Marvel Contest of Champions. They have something called the Summoner Signal for like $4.99, I think it is, a month. You can get all these extra perks, access to the black ISO 8 market. You get extra experience. You get this and that, the ability to trade in stuff, some extra things, a whole new category in your individual rewards section that you can earn prizes for as you do stuff. And I get this interesting thing about it. I gotten to do it now twice free because they did this free thing twice. They have what you definitely would consider the drug dealer business plan. And for those of you that don't know what that is, and this is actually something that, first off, I'm not insinuating that this is a bad thing, because everybody's done it. This is just the new slang term that it has gotten, at least as far as I'm concerned. that's the business model it is. It's the drug dealer's business model. When you have a free trial of something, it's basically, this is what we can offer you. No. You get to try it for free. We're so sure that you're going to get hooked on this. We are positive you're going to love this. We are willing to stake it to ourselves that you will sign up permanently after having this just for a mere week, maybe 2 weeks. You will love this. Doesn't always work. I can safely say that. I mean, cable channels even used to do this. If you ever were back in like the 90s, for those of you that were like young in the 90s, and all the other ones, they might even still do it now, I don't know, but there was the uniqueness that you had free preview weekend. So like you got to watch, I remember when I was a kid, it was Disney, HBO, Stars, Showtime, I think was another one. You got to watch those for the weekend for free. I mean, for the weekend for free. It was that wonderful of a concept of an idea. It was free for 1 weekend. And they were so positive that you were going to be psyched on that. And I apologize, the local fire department was going out, if you're hearing the sirens. They were so certain that you were going to sign up for their service that they would guarantee that. It's like, no. They will contact their cable company. They'll sign up for us. We'll have them hooked. It didn't always work, and a lot of times people would just watch the free preview weekend and then just wait till it came around again and watch it again and consider it a nice little treat. That's what I did with Disney for the longest time, till they screwed up when they were going to end it. But with other stuff, especially with like games and that, they'll give you access to this upper tier and upper echelon level in the game where like you'll get like let's say unlimited energy. God mode will be enabled. You'll be able to basically walk into a dungeon the second like the battle starts, everything dies instantaneously and you just score like 10 times the rewards. That's what you would call a free trial. And after the trial, it would end, and then they would be so certain that the endorphin high and the dopamine high that you got from that was enough to hook you to buy their crap, basically. And with the Pad Pass, or the P&D Pass, basically, this honestly seems good, except for how they have this free trial set up. Now, if they would have honestly had this similar to how Gung Ho does theirs, where you don't have to sign up with a card or a payment method, you don't have to worry about manually canceling the damn thing, I would have probably said, hey, let's do this thing. Let's go into this wholeheartedly. Let's do this. You'll offer everybody the taste of it, then see who you sucker in and who you hooked. You're baiting the hook with $5 bait and you're chucking it into a $50 lake. You're expecting that $5 bait to basically net you a $60 bass. It ain't going to work that way. Or, yeah, no, it's not going to work that way. Because you're basically wanting to stick $50 bait and chuck it into a $5 lake. That's what you want to try to get, because then all the fish will go after it. That's the entire concept of what I've so humbly coined, at least as far as I'm concerned, I've coined it. I like the phrase, the drug dealer's business plan. This is the business model of drug dealers. The first hit's always free because they're certain you're going to come back for more. And it's the same thing with freemium games, with cable channels, streaming services. They will give you a free thing, and then because they're certain you'll come back. So with the Pad Pass, or the P&D Pass, there's 3 different things you get. A daily bonus dungeons. On top of the first time clear Magic Stone, you're going to earn a Godfest egg machine pool, among other exciting rewards. You get 5 additional team slots. You have more room for team building. More experience. 5% boost to your rank experience, so you can rank up faster, which is in all honesty, that bothers me a little bit because I'm at like rank 5 something in my game, and I'm actually proud of that I've gotten that high. There are some people that are now going to have this just so that they can kind of get, screwed it up higher and higher so they could try to hit like rank 1000. I think the one creator of the game, or at least the one person behind the scenes, is like at 888, because I remember to celebrate that milestone, every player in the game got 888 magic stones, because it took me a hell of a long time to piss those things away. And that was like multiple collaborations, multiple machine pulls. I went through and did a couple dungeons that I knew I was going to have to like do some continues. I basically put it right back into the game again. I didn't keep it. I'm not hoarding it. I have 0 magic stones on a daily basis usually, unless I'm saving up for something. And that was right about the time the Power Rangers collab was out, because I had just gotten Ninjor, and then that happened. So the perk details of this thing. So the special bonus number 1, a new P&D Pass exclusive dungeon every day. So during your subscription period, each day will feature a different P&D dungeon players can clear for a variety of rewards. In addition to the first time Magic Stone clear and dungeon drops, some dungeons feature other enticing rewards, including a pull from the Godfest egg machine, plus points and more. On top of that, select P&D Pass dungeons will level up as you clear them, and further tiers of these dungeons will offer increased rewards, including improvements to the Godfest egg machine lineup. That's actually something that would be neat if they would have included that in the update as it was for general purposes. Like, look, this is one that once a week, you have one chance a week to beat this. If you beat it, and depending on how royally you trash this thing, it will level up. So, like, if I blow through it with my, let's say, 5th tier team, and I level up, and it'll level up like 5 levels. The next week, it'll be 5 times stronger than it was the week before. That would have been something cool to have in for this version, but no. Okay, we'll get the thing here. But there's an entire like schedule and clear rewards, so let me see if I can pull that up, because that's kind of interesting. But yeah. However, there is an attention here. Earn a pull from the Godfest egg machine each time you clear the first of the month dungeon. Clearing this dungeon every month will level the dungeon up, with the 5th clear of the first month dungeon rewarding a pull from the Godfest egg machine tier 5. Not only that, but each following clear of the first of the month dungeon will reward you with a pull from the Godfest egg machine tier 5 as a reward. So in other words, you're going to get more monsters, you're going to get more experience. Okay, here we go. We have the special bonus 1 schedule here. First of the month dungeon, tier 1 through 5, you get a Godfest egg machine, tier 1 through 5. Second of the month dungeon, you get a Tuesday and Wednesday Rush Fire dungeon, Tuesday and Wednesday Rush Water, and Tuesday and Wednesday Rush Wood dungeon. Fifth, so that's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of the month dungeons. 5th of the month dungeon, tier 1 through 5, you get 297 plus points, and it's doubled and ad infinitum up to 5 times for the last one. The 6th one, you're going to get Tuesday and Wednesday Rush Light. 7th is Tuesday and Wednesday Rush Dark. 8th of the month dungeon is a Rainbow P. 9th is a Thursday Friday Rush Fire. 10th, tier 1 through 5, you get Snow Globe Dragons. The 11th, you get a Thursday and Friday Rush Water. 12th is the Wood one for Thursday and Friday. And 13th is the Light for Thursday, Friday. 14th is the King Tamadara plus Latent Tamadara extra slot. The 15th dungeon of the month, tier 1 through 5, you're going to get coins. And honestly, this is something that I don't need in the game. I have no need for coins. I have the max amount plus, because I have more coins than I know what to do with. Because you used to be able to buy dungeons, and then they got rid of that ability. And once they got rid of that, I got screwed. So I'm literally like leveling up, fusing monsters, removing assists, adding assists, trying to trade left and right just to put a dent in the coins that I'm getting, and I have yet to put a dent into that. I have yet to see that counter roll down below 999,999,999 with the plus symbol next to it. So coins I don't need, but you get like 10 million, and it adds up to 5 times. You get a Descended Boss Egg Machine on the 16th month dungeon clear. A Friday Rush Dark on the 17th. 1 Latent Tamatera on the 18th. 19th gives you a Gem Rush. On the 20th, tier 1 through 5, you get 10 times the experience boost up to 50 times. On the 21st, you get 1x Latent Tamatera. 22nd is 1x Latent Tamatera. You get a Jewel Rush on the 23rd. The 24th gives you an Extreme King Metal Dragon. The 25th gives you 5 tiers, which is 100,000 monster points up to 500,000 monster points total. Or up to, well, that's the 5th time one you get. A Latent Tamatera on the 26th and 27th one. A Event Metal Rainbow on the 28th. The 29th will give you a 1-ply. The 30th will give you a 1x Snow Globe Dragon. And the 31st will give you a King... What's it? King Tan. 1 King Tan. I'm guessing that's King Tamatera. Unless there is a King Tan. I don't know. But that is literally everything you get for the monthly dungeon clear schedule rewards. Aside from, like, the pulls and the plus points and the monster points, there isn't really much there because I don't really need coins. Like I said, I have more coins than I know what to shake a stick at. So that was the first one. Then you have the special bonus 2s, 5 additional team slots during the subscription period, blah, blah, blah. You get 5 additional team slots. Basically, I'm assuming that's like 1 team worth then for slots. I don't know. You can enjoy the extra space to test new leaders or create specialized teams to take on tougher dungeon challenges. Special bonus number 3 is a 5% bonus to rank experience. It would have been nice if they would just give out the ability to get that, like the 5%, to other players. Because that's just going to make the ones that don't do it harder for them to level up faster, because now you're going to have the ones that are paying to get there leveling up faster, and that's not exactly fair. So the terms and conditions, this thing is a monthly automatically renewing subscription for $8.99 American, $11.99 Canadian that features a variety of special unlocks and bonuses. The subscription renews every month before it expires unless canceled prior to its automatic renewal. Once purchased, the subscription period will be valid for 1 full month. The P&D Pass is available on iOS and Android with Google Play Store. The free trial, this is what I love. So this is where they got the drug dealer market plan here. So the free trial, players can try out all the special P&D Pass perks and bonuses for 1 week. Free of charge. 1 week. Players who wish to end the free trial and avoid being charged will need to make sure to cancel their free trial at least 24 hours prior to the end of the free trial period. If you wish to cancel, please aim to do so when the P&D Pass screen shows 2 days remaining at the latest. You will still be automatically charged for a month of P&D Pass if you cancel your subscription after the end of the free trial period. So you don't even get a full week. If you have to cancel this, that means you're going to get a whopping 5 days. So you don't even get a week free trial. You get a 5-day free trial. And you have to cancel it yourself. It's not automatically canceled because you didn't subscribe to it. You don't have a payment record on file. You need to sign up and link your payment access and payment information to this, which first off, that gives me some issues. But then it's basically, here's a whopping, you have to cancel this 2 days before it ends, or we're going to charge you for the month, and then you just got to suck it up and deal with it. That annoys me. Gung Ho, like I said, they did I have to applaud them. That's the drug dealer business model modified. It is a modified version of that. And I get that annoyance by this. You need to manually cancel it. Why not just have it be that everybody got it for a week, like what Kabam does? Everybody gets it for a week. And after the week, then you need to subscribe to it in order to get it. In order to continue using it, you need to subscribe. Why did they have to make it so you manually have to unsubscribe? That I kind of find a little annoying. And then they go into how you can cancel it, the automatic renewal of it, and how you can access it and everything else, the further details, and blah, blah, blah. I'm just annoyed by this. Oh, and the best part is, if you miss it, like if the server were to go down and all of a sudden you're like 24 hours from the 2-day mark and the server's down for 2 days, there's no refunds or payment cancellations to individuals that have purchased multiple pad subscriptions. They probably will not refund you if you automatically, because it's automatically done. They'll probably just go, oh, well, nope, it's yours now for a month, but we'll cancel it, but we had to automatically take your money. I just find this a little more annoying than I think it should be. I don't know why, but the fact that it took them a whole day to do that, some other stuff that they did in the game, but 24 hours for that, I have some neat little ideas that I'd like to pitch to you guys to possibly improve your game. For starters, have the stuff you get during the collaborations, like items to trade in. Like, right now we have the Shaman King collaboration, so we're getting the Oracle Bells, like the bronze, silver, and gold. Have those stack. You know you're going to need them for this collaboration. You know you're going to need them to trade in for other ones. Have them stack so they're not taking up a crap ton of space in your monster box. That's an idea for future reference. Utilize that as an idea. If you want to do a free trial or something, give everybody the chance for the free trial that doesn't involve them having to put in a payment information. You know, have it go, okay, look, you don't have to put in the payment information. Everybody gets a free trial. But if you like the free trial, then you sucker them back in by going, hey, did you enjoy what you were able to do this entire week with this new system? If you did, this is how much it'll cost for you to still have that same joy. It's like I said, that is the drug dealer's business model. This is a modified version of that, and it's a crappy version at best. And there's a YouTuber that does a lot of Puzzles and Dragons stuff, and he's telling everybody, you know, get it, unsubscribe from it right away, cancel your subscription, and do that because there's something coming out that'll be really helpful for, and you'll get it either way because you were subscribed at one point to it. And when I went to try to do that, I'm like, okay, well, I can just cancel it right away. No, you need to include a payment method. What? What the hell? I mean, I get it, it's for kids, but at the same time, you give everybody the free shot. That'll make them want to go and get it. Then they have to get permission to get it. It's a simple concept, people. I don't understand the difficulty here. But, yeah, so if you're interested in the Pad Pass or the P&D Pass, check it out. You can get it via your game by going to the shop, and it's in the shop. So you hit the shop. That also is where you can trade in monsters for other monsters, get the monster exchange, you can trade in monster points, you can trade in collaboration monsters and other ones to get other stuff, restore your stamina, increase your friends and stuff like that, and buy magic stones. It's in there, all the way up at the top, big border, big banner, can't miss it. So, yeah, I'm not thrilled about it. I think this is a gigantic waste of time, to be honest with you. But, hey, you know what? Whatever makes Gung Ho happy, just do me a favor. At least don't take 24 hours to do maintenance again. That was annoying as hell. Alright, it's no secret. I like Kamen Rider. I do. I like Kamen Rider. I think it's a pretty cool show. So, In a country with Ultraman, Godzilla, Gundam stores, not to mention plenty of other things around, like an entire district dedicated to anime, Akihabara, or apparently a tourist trap, as a lot of people put it, it was only a matter of time before the Kamen Rider store would open up in Japan. So on July 1st, the Kamen Rider store Tokyo will begin serving customers. It's located in the Tokyo Character Street, a hub of anime and manga-related shops in Tokyo Station. Or as many of us anime fans would like to call it, Mecca of Nerdvana. Yeah, you heard me. It's actually pretty cool, though, some of the stuff they're going to have here. As the Travel Impress Watch reports, the shop will have exclusive Kamen Rider goodies, including t-shirts, keychains, markers, among other merch. First off, you're going to have keychains. That's freaking cool. I love keychains. I have a Mario one that I got for myself the one year from GameStop. That was pretty cool. But I do like some of these keychains. I have two of them pictured here. The one I'm pretty sure is supposed to be 01. Oh, yeah, it is. It's Kamen Rider 01's the one keychain, which is really cool. And the other one that's pictured here is Kamen Rider Ichigo. I know that from Puzzles and Dragons because of the Kamen Rider collaboration. Plus, I know Kamen Rider, but still, there's that. But yeah, this is actually pretty cool. Now, it's not as exciting as helmets or motorcycles, but honestly, depending on what they sell there, it could be cool. I mean, they could have figures, they could have posters, they could probably, I mean, they're probably going to sell like a crap ton of the toys and all that, because I know there's a few distribution centers in Japan that probably have backlogs of this stuff, because you can easily look up some of the secondhand Japan shops that sell toys and that, and they usually do have some of the older stuff in stock yet that they're putting up at a bit of a discounted price to get rid of it. So there's a good chance that they might have some of that. I don't know. But the better thing, though, is depending on the price of this stuff, what's going to stop somebody from going there, buying a crap ton of this stuff, and then immediately going home, popping it up on eBay and going, boom, baby, it's now up on eBay. It's on eBay. It is an eBay thing now. Because they're going to look at that and go, hey, I have it on eBay. And they're going to probably get more money from somebody that lives here in the U.S. or in Germany, Australia, South America, Antarctica, Canada, where, what have you, that may not have access to get there to get it. Which is going to be amazing. But honestly, I mean, this is pretty cool. And it literally was just a matter of time. And they have a picture here of what the store is going to look like. At least I'm assuming. I don't know if this is like a concept drawing. I haven't been able to find that out. No, it's from the Travel Impress Watch. Okay. So this is pretty cool. It just says Kamen Rider up at the top. There is something underneath, but I can't make it out in the picture. You guys, t-shirts over in the corner. Looks like giant bobbleheads or giant headed figures. Some cool stuff in the front. Other merch in the front. Big display of 01. 01 banner on the right side. 3 Kamen Riders on the other side. Looks like Ichigo, Kuga, and 01. This looks pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna lie. I dig this. I dig this a lot. And I mean, like I said, you don't know what they're all gonna have. It's just a small amount of stuff that they had in the article. So they could have, like I said, figures, some of the toys from the series. You don't know what exactly they might have in there. But still, that's kind of interesting. It's an entire store dedicated only and solely to Kamen Rider. That's pretty damn cool. I'm not going to lie. That is amazingly neat. And there is like a Gundam store over in Japan. We do know that exists. There is a Godzilla shop, I'm pretty sure of. And I know of an Ultraman one. I do know that there is an Ultraman shop over there because they do a lot of business most of the year. But this is especially cool. And with a lot of people going out spending money and stuff like that and wanting to get back out after everything that's happened so far this year, that actually would be pretty cool to be able to go and check out a brand new store that's literally Kamen Rider themed. It's all Kamen Rider. Who couldn't like that show? Who couldn't like Kamen Rider? That's actually pretty neat. So, yeah, I mean, if you find yourself in, what is it again? Tokyo? I think it's what, Tokyo Metro Station, right? Yeah, Tokyo Station. It's in the, located on Tokyo Character Street. So if you find yourself on Tokyo Character Street, in Tokyo Station, check it out. If it's cool, hey, post a picture of that you were there. I guarantee you, like, the first couple days, you're probably going to have people taking selfies and popping them up on Twitter. I'm at the Kamen Rider store. Yeah, check out the selfies. I mean, I don't doubt it. I mean, there are people that, if an ice cream place opens up here in the States, they're there day one taking a selfie with their cone of ice cream or their bowl or cup of ice cream. They're taking a selfie with it. With something like this is something that's selfie worthy. That is something that isn't selfie worthy. This definitely is, though. I'm impressed with this. This is pretty cool. Wholeheartedly, check it out if you get a chance to. If I ever find my way over to Japan, that's going to become one of my destination stops on my list of places to see. Definitely. And yes, I'm probably going to be hitting like all the tourist traps. Hey, if I'm going over there, I'm going to be coming back with souvenirs, damn it. Because I'm probably never going to be going back a second time. Alright, so this definitely isn't a standard podcast if I don't at least have one Pokemon topic anymore. So as always, let's reset the counter. Let's reset the clock. As Pentecost would have said in Pacific Rim. And, yeah, so if you're unaware or have been living under a rock this week, Pokemon Unite got announced. It's a Dota-style arena battler featuring Pokemon. You get to train them, battle with them. It's like 5-on-5 matches, 5v5, and you can evolve them. All of which happens in real frickin' time. So, this begs the question now to me as to why we haven't had a real-time Pokemon game. If you're able to pull this shit out of your ass, Game Freak, you can obviously give us a real-time Pokemon game. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. You're usually stuck on making backgrounds that look good because that's where your money is. Look at this background. Look at this grass we made. I'll remember the grass. So the Pokemon Company announced Pokemon Unite, a team-based mobile battle arena game created in cooperation with China's Tencent. It's free to play Pokédota for Switch and mobile devices. So, oh yay, it's another Switch game, but you can play it on mobile too. You read right. It's a 5-on-5 team-based MOBA in which players battle as pocket monsters, evolving and gaining new powers as they level up during matches. Let me say that again. It's a 5-on-5 team-based MOBA in which players battle as pocket monsters, evolving and gaining new powers as they level up during matches. So during the stream, which you can view in the article, the Pokemon Company president, Ishihara, participated in a Pokemon Unite match with 9 other players, complete with running commentary. Oh God, why? No word though on when this is going to be released or who this game is supposed to be for. Only time will tell. My guess is the people who weren't happy with the Sword and Shield DLC or something that they finally realized, hey, we kind of let Game Freak screw you guys over. We're not them. Here, we'll just give you this free-to-play game. It's probably going to be freemium. Yeah, my guess is going to be freemium. Oh, yeah, no, it's going to be free to play, but it's going to be freemium. Yeah, it's freemium, dude. Freemium! Dude! Yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be freemium. It'll basically probably have stuff that you're going to have to buy in the process of it. and that annoys the crap out of me, but 5v5 is disturbing. That's almost like a full team of Pokemon. And it's like 5v5, that's how you're going to battle. So, the way I kind of see this is it's probably something like League of Legends, in a way. Because they had different, as I remember all the ads, or at least most of them. It was like you could do, you can play solo, you can play with 3 friends, you can play with 5 friends. Or you can play by yourself, but we don't recommend that. So you can play with 3 friends or 5 friends. And that's basically what this is going to be like, but with Pocket Monsters. And what bothers me is that, like I said, because this is going to be real time. This is real time here. Why can't we just get a real-time Pokemon game and just cut out the middleman in this? I mean, at this point, we have everything that we need for it. You now have the ability to make real-time movements. You've had that with Pokken Tournament. That gave you the ability to make real-time. And if they're able to do this, unless they're not going to have every single Pokemon in, which for Game Freak, that would be the fucking norm now, because they don't want to put every single Pokemon in, because God forbid we have to make them all HD every single time the new game comes out. We need to be able to, come to somebody and go, hey, there's a reason why this game's going to be delayed, half a year. We need to make a bunch of Pokemon to put in here. We got to remake them from scratch because we need to make them look HD. Just take them from the other game. No. We need to remake these from scratch. We want to make the backgrounds look good to match these things. Now you have the DLC, because you figure they could just add new ones in via the DLC and problem solved. Because that's how they want to go now with all their stuff, is the DLC. And you're basically getting one game and DLC. I mean, I have no issue with the DLC in this. Oh, I do. I have a freaking issue with it. Because most of the DLC, especially the newest one, the Isle of Armor, a lot of players were playing that. It's like, oh look here, you can. They already broke the game. You can farm the watts like crazy. You can do this and that like crazy. You can, it's like, oh, this is what you can get by giving watts to your dojo. And it's not exactly worth the effort unless you really want to have that secret final boss. You can do this, and this, and it's just so many stupid things you can do that, honestly, at this point, it's a miracle whether or not they'd even actually complete the DLC, or if they'd even buy it. And a lot of people, I think, were stuck on the fact that the DLC basically cost what an old Pokemon game used to cost, which was $30, and that's what the DLC was costing. On top of the $60 you already dropped for the freaking game for the Switch to begin with, the pass for the DLC was like $30, $45. Nah, screw that noise. All for stuff that should have been in the game in the first place, but the game was rushed to completion because they wanted a Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch. A solid, mainstream Pokemon game. Because Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee didn't fucking count, apparently, to them. So no, we want a full-on mainstream Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch. So what are we going to do here? We're just going to go and make ourselves, this game. And we're just going to put DLC. But now we're getting into the part where they want to basically do not only Switch, but mobile. So we've had that, because you could transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go to Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, provided they were of the original 150 Pokemon from the Kanto region. Then they have Pokemon Home. So you already have access to Pokemon Home because you can make deposits. You can't take out. You can send them, and you can't take out Pokemon from Pokemon Go into Pokemon Home. And then you can move that over into, Sword and Shield. So at the end of the day, they just want to basically make another game. So are they going to be able to pull out Pokemon from your Pokemon Home to play? Because you figure for the amount of money that people are going to be pissing away a month to keep their Pokemon Home account and to keep all their Pokemon, there better be something good they can do with that. Because not all of them are allowed in the Galarian region yet. most of the legendaries are in, and the code were already in the game for them. That's what pissed off a lot of people. The codes were in there. And I was right about that, too. I said, mark my words, that day one, somebody was going to go, dig through that source code, dig through the code, find the source code of it, and prove that all those Pokemon could be in that game. And lo and behold, they freaking did. They went to town on that and dug a whole bunch of stuff up. Game Freak lying through their teeth. Game Freak basically, to put it simply, Game Freak lied to us. They basically kissed our ass and called it ice cream. And were so buttering us up, it's like, look, we can't put them all in there. It's very nice vanilla here. We can't put it all in the game. And when the game came out, all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you know that ice cream you've been basically kissing my ass and calling it? That ain't flying no more. This is bullshit. And that's what we're now getting. But with this, it's a 5-on-5 MOBA style game. So we're looking at something, it's real-time battle happily, but that just begs the question, why we just can't get real-time now in the Pokemon games. I mean, first off, especially the concept that we're now on the freaking Switch, and that's where all the Pokemon games have to be from now on, the mainstream ones, have to be Nintendo Switch. Since Nintendo wants to try to branch out of the gaming market because they're sick and tired of the gaming market, well, there's nothing they can do anymore. Nintendo's reached their pinnacle for the gaming market, because the Nintendo Switch was their swan song, basically. They have nothing else. They have nothing else to bring to the table, and they know this. But the problem is, because they have nothing else to bring to the table, because they have no other concepts to drag into this, they're going to have to try to branch the stuff out. And now we're getting back into the mobile market again. Because you figure Nintendo already tried this with Mario Run. Then they had a Mario Kart. What was it, a smartphone app? You could play Mario Kart. You had Pokemon. You have the Pokemon Home stuff. There was another one. There was another game Nintendo had their hands on because I tried downloading it from my tablet and it sucked. I uninstalled it after I got it to download, and it was like a 30-45 minute download, and then I just uninstalled it. It sucked, and Nintendo's doing this because they know that they're done in the gaming market for consoles. They know they're done. The Switch is an overglorified tablet. Hands down, it is an overglorified tablet with joystick controllers that can slide into it unless you buy the El Cheapo Lite version, where they're basically attached to that thing like a Frankenstein monster that was just done wrong. And this is insanity. So with this game, as cool as the concept is, keep in mind that what you're doing is giving players the game that they so desperately would like to have, but not giving them the game that they so desperately want to have. You're giving them a Pokemon game that fits some of the criteria that they would like, but at the same time, it's not a mainstream game. Having real-time battles in a Pokemon game would be a major jump. And they even announced Pokemon Snap is coming back. There's like a newer version of Snap coming out. All of this stuff, jumbling it together, is not helping the concept of this anymore. Journeys is now back and running. The anime's back up. You have the games that have the DLC, at least one of the two DLC that came out already, that fans have already thrown their hands up in the air. It's like, this was not fun. I actually remember a couple of them were saying on YouTube it was not even worth the $30 to buy the DLC. It wasn't even worth the $30. And they bought the season pass for like $45, so they're like, I still have one more coming to me yet, and I'm not looking forward to it. But because they already had the one, they couldn't get a refund on it. They already tried. There was that. There's the fact that Nintendo doesn't want there to be any more handheld systems, because the Switch is supposed to satisfy both console and handheld needs, and it sucks at that. Sure, okay, it does well in some aspects, but at the same time, that's what you're throwing all your eggs in the basket for. And when it comes to Pokemon, this is just getting worse and worse. Then you have Game Freak, the company behind a majority of the mainstream Pokemon games. I say a majority because there was like one or two that they helped in that I remember, but I'm not 100% sure if they helped or they claim they helped, then just took over, and they were just giving credit then. Don't quote me. But a lot of the underscored ones, like Pokken Tournament, Pokemon Go, those were games that were interesting because they were a break from the normal. When you get back to the normal games, that's where you're supposed to have the new and improved advancements coming from. Stuff that's supposed to make the game a little more entertaining than what it was. This definitely brings into that category new and entertaining, but at the same time, slaps you in the face for how lame the other games are compared to it. And it's just not going to sit right. It doesn't sit right with me, for starters. I'm not a huge fan of it. But then there's also the fact that, for some reason, I don't feel like it's going to live up to the expectation that they're putting it on. They're claiming it's going to be this, and I'm getting the feeling that as more information is going to come out for it, it's going to be less and less appealing and less enticing than just going back in and playing another round of Sword and Shield or something. And the downside is, I don't think players are going to think ill of me for it, but I don't think it's going to be that great. Because they're probably going to come back in and say, look, it's only going to be certain Pokemon in it. I mean, with Pokken Tournament, that was an understandable point. Because they weren't going to put all the, I don't even remember how many there were at that time. It was only going to be a select few, and there were variations for them, so that made a difference, and it was still new territory. This, you know what mobile systems can handle, you know what the Switch can handle. They're not going to put every single Pokemon into this. I can almost guarantee it. They're not going to have every single evolution you can get. They're going to find ways to cut corners in this. And the Pokemon Company is the ones behind this, but Game Freak might still be involved in this too somehow, for all we know. We're not 100% sure. You're going to have issues. Left and right, ad infinitum, there's going to be some type of a problem that is going to screw the royal pooch on this. I just can't put my finger on what that is yet. But hopefully I'm wrong. Maybe. Hopefully this will turn out really well. Maybe. Maybe at the same time I'll win the lottery and, Halley's Comet will collide with the moon. Who knows? Anything's possible, basically. But this, it annoys me and bothers me more than it should. And it annoys me and bothers me because I know that this is concepts that they get put into an actual Pokemon game and not a in-between, we need to bolster our bank account type of Pokemon game, which is pretty much what this feels like it is. Because this is going to be a freemium game. I can guarantee it. Somehow it's going to be a freemium game. I just mark my words, it's going to be a freemium game. You can say that it's basically like the League of Legends for Pokemon till you're blue in the face, passing out on the floor. They're going to find a way to charge you money. Mark my words. They will find a way somehow to charge you money for it. I can guarantee it. Okay, so this story is definitely entertaining, at least to me. So apparently there is the Pokemon Go Grandpa. The elderly gentleman that has been playing Pokemon Go. He is now playing with 64 phones. And the picture here proves it. My God! I'm just picturing this and I'm like, I'm instantly just seeing my friend's husband right there in front of those phones. Back in the day, I could just see that. And looking at the pictures in the article, oh my God! The guy's on a bicycle, for starters. At least it looks like a bicycle. Yeah, it looks like a bicycle. I'm pretty sure it's a bicycle. I hope to God it's a bicycle. It looks like a bicycle. And these things are fanned out in like this massive fan type motion in the front of him. I'm just looking at this and I'm going, this is an accident waiting to fucking happen. Oh my God, 64 phones. That is how he is playing Pokemon Go. 64 phones. Wow. That's amazing. So apparently, this is Taiwan's Chen Sen Wan, also known as the Grandpa. He made the news for using a bunch of phones to play Pokemon Go. He ended up going viral at the time and was swooped up by a mobile phone company to serve as their ambassador and show off his boasted 20-plus phone setup. 20-plus phones. Now we're up to a whopping 64. Holy shit. So, according to a report on The Verge, he's basically gradually been increasing his phone count to catch even more Pokemon on the go. 2019 saw him increase his arsenal to 45 smartphones, and his latest upgrade balloons that count to a staggering 64 smartphones mounted on the front of his bicycle. Okay, it is a bicycle. That is just... just so... holy shit. Holy shit. Isn't there something on this app when it starts up that says, please do not drive or ride a bicycle, please be wary of your surroundings? Isn't there like a picture of Gyarados that's about to eat somebody walking on a pier or something? And this old guy is playing with 64 phones mounted on the front of his bicycle. How in the fuck does he see? How do you see people coming in front of you? Do they just assume that, oh my god, it's Pokemon Go Grandpa! It's the Grandpa! And he just rides by and you wave and... Yeah, no. This is overkill, okay? 64 phones to play Pokemon Go. 64 phones to play a game where you are basically chucking a ball at a Pokemon. You're using it with your finger and you're flicking a ball at a virtual creature. 64 phones! My god. I just can't even picture... I mean, could you imagine the cell phone bill for this? I'm assuming that this has to have a cell phone bill. Like, you have a plan or something for all this data. Could you imagine the bill for this? 64 phones. Jesus Christ. I cannot imagine 64 phones being used at one time by one person. It's almost like those old radio, that old joke with like a lot of shows back in the day when a radio had a calling contest. And even sometimes nowadays today yet too, people will go and get a crap ton of burner phones and they'll have them all there so that they can call into the radio station to win tickets. That's exactly what this is reminding me of, only with Pokemon Go. I mean, my god. I can't picture this. And I've seen it right in front of me, and I just cannot imagine this actually playing out the way this person wants. I mean, one bump in the road, half of those phones are going to probably fall off their displays, depending on how they're held in there. One severe hit on the roadway, and you're taking down half a dozen people. One wrong turn, you're kissing bumpers with a bus. Okay? Or if you accidentally don't move fast enough, or you can't see your reflection behind you, there's going to be an angry SUV having sex with your bicycle's back end at that point. I just cannot comprehend 64 phones. 64 phones. 20 I could see. That's an obsessed gamer. 45 I could see. That's a very obsessed gamer. 64 phones I kind of see as we need to have a talk. And that talk is you have a problem. Now, unless you're doing this and it's like multiple accounts or something, and somebody's like, here, can you take my phone for a couple hours, drive it around, catch some stuff for me? And they're helping you, that's fine. But if you own all 64 of these phones and they're all contracted to you, holy shit, that is a massive amount of data. That is huge. Could you imagine the charges on that? My God. Oh my god. Unless you're using unless there's a secret 65th phone in your back pocket, that's the Wi-Fi hotspot. Yeah, that's the Wi-Fi hotspot right in his back pocket. So then that way, when when shit hits the fan, boom, we're good. And it's just a wireless connection for the other 64 phones, and the secret 65th phone is the Wi-Fi hotspot. Words cannot describe this. Words cannot describe this. This is insanity upon the highest degree. This is honestly, I look at this and I cringe. I look at this and I picture my friend's husband, and then I picture her divorcing his ass. I literally see this. If he would come home with a shit ton of phones, and she would look at him and go, "What the hell is this?" He would probably go, "I'm going to take Pokemon going on a massive scale. I'm going to become the American Grandpa Pokemon Go. Or I'm going to become, the greatest Pokemon Go trainer ever. And that's going to be my goal in life." Like when he retires or something. I could see her divorcing his ass in 5 seconds or less. She will go, "That's it, I'm done, that's it, I'm done with you. I'm not having this." She gets annoyed when he's late for dinner, when he was Pokemoning. With this, she would never see him again. He would pretty much be Ash Ketchum at that point. Because till he gets all 64 of those phones perfectly synchronized to where he's able to go through and, piss whip through them real quickly to get stuff. No, he would be gone for like hours on end. She would be pissed off, annoyed, angry, nuts to that crap. She would leave his ass. And I just get a freaking kick out of this. 64 phones. My God. That is insanity. That is just wrong. Just wrong. Alright, so it's not uncommon entirely to basically see what I'd like to call video game anime series. I mean, we've gotten a few of them. Look at Professor Layton. That started off as a video game, and then it got its own little movie series, and that worked out really well for it. And I do apologize if you hear like a banging or gunshot in the background. I don't know what the hell is going on with my neighbors, and I have my fan on because it's a little warm in my room, so I do apologize if there's noise this late into the podcast. I apologize. I don't know what the hell is going on. But, yeah, so this is kind of an interesting topic then. So The World Ends With You. It's an RPG series. It is getting its own anime adaptation. This is impressive. And this is going to excite at least a few gamers out there. This was actually a pretty cool game. I never played it myself, but I did watch videos of it, and it was a pretty cool looking game. It's the action RPG, which debuted on the Nintendo DS way back in 2007. It's getting an anime adaptation. At least that's the word from Square Enix, which developed the game. They will reveal more about the anime adaptation at Anime Expo Light, which is set to take place July 3rd and 4th online. A special site has also been launched, counting down the days until the official launch, or till the official The World Ends With You panel, which is set for July 3rd at 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. They've also got a new piece of artwork for The World Ends With You, promoting the online convention, which you can see in the article here. It actually is pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. It is pretty cool. So here's how Nintendo describes the Switch version. Yes, there is a Switch version. It did come out originally on the DS. Ports have since been released for iOS and Android, so I might have to see if I can get it on my Android, on my tablet, because I did hear good things about this game. So, complete the mission or face erasure. That's all Neku knows after gaining consciousness in the middle of a busy intersection without his memories. Now he and his partner must fight to survive a life-or-death game in this twisted tale of with more turns than the urban labyrinth of Tokyo they're trapped in. The definitive version of Square Enix's RPG classic brings the dark story to life on the Nintendo Switch system, along with a new scenario and some killer new remixed music. In the crowded chaos of Tokyo, players of the Reapers game must complete daily missions or face total erasure. Neku might not be enthusiastic about forging relationships, but with his very life on the line, he'll need to learn how to work together with a partner and fast. They only have 7 days. I mean, like I said, the premise sounded pretty cool. I did see some video gameplay of it, and it did look pretty neat. So it's going to be getting an anime adaptation. And we have Persona. That was another one that has it. I don't know which one came first, the anime or the game. I think the game. But either way, we've gotten plenty of video game adaptations before, and this is honestly something that I enjoy the most. There are a few, like I've stated multiple times, that we could definitely do with. Time Hollow would be a really good one to have an anime adaptation for. Bokai, The Sun Is In Your Hand, would be a good anime adaptation to get. Golden Sun. I'm not going to get off that high horse. No. And we've had so many other ones, too. But those are 3 that we could definitely use, especially if The World Ends With You is getting its own version. We could definitely go with half a dozen other ones that could get their own. I would be wholeheartedly for this, if we could get like a whole bunch more. This could be the opening gateway and the stepping stone for it. And it's honestly, they couldn't have picked a better game to start it off on, especially with Square Enix. So, I mean, you have this. They could have done one of the other. There's like a Lunar Night game, I think they could have did one of. Summon Nights could easily be a game where you could make that into an anime adaptation in a way. There's a whole bunch of them, and honestly, this could be the stepping stone to get a revival of it and get a whole bunch of new ones. But Golden Sun, Bokai, Time Hollow are just 3 right off the top of my head that we could definitely go with having an anime adaptation of. I would be all for it wholeheartedly. Even, oh crap, there was one that I got my mom. I had played it, then I got her a copy. Oh god, I don't remember. It's basically this kid goes to a high school, but he's not actually a kid. He's an agent for some organization that tracks down these. God, I can't think of the name of it. He tracks down these like creatures that harbor in humans and cause malice and destruction. I cannot think of the fucking name of the game is. Oh my god, that is driving me nuts. Hold on, I gotta look that up. That's gonna bug me all night long. What the hell was the name of that game? Let's see here. DS game list. Oh, that's gonna bug me. It was a good game. It was somewhat popular. God, that's gonna bug me till I find it. No, not that one. Oh, Rhythm Heaven would be a good one we could get a anime for. That'd be pretty neat. Have like a musical based one. Let's see here. I mean, we also had Phoenix, right, in a way, with Ace Attorney. Where the hell was that? The hell was that name? I'm literally looking the list up right here, right now. And I don't even get it all. Oh god damn it. I don't even remember what it started with. I just remember it was for the Nintendo DS. I got it. I got a copy of it. I played it. I thought it was really cool. And I was like, yeah, this is really neat. And I was just excited. I mean, I thought it was really cool. I think it started like a C or something. I don't remember. That's bugging the crap out of me what the hell the name of this game was. Ah, god damn it. I mean, I had it, I played it, it was fun. I cannot think of what the name of it was, and it's gonna bug me until I find this. But yes, while I look for this, let me explain. This is actually a pretty cool idea. I do kind of enjoy the idea of it, in a way, especially the fact that we're going to get it's an RPG style game that is definitely going to work out really well for an anime series, and most of them usually do. I mean, Persona's anime was pretty good, the little bits that I caught clip wise. So yeah, it definitely works pretty good. I'm in the C's now. Let's see, what the hell was the name of that game? It's gonna drive me nuts. I cannot think what the name of this game was. Was it Code something? It wasn't Chrono Trigger. No, it wasn't Chrono Trigger. Was it Code? I was thinking it was Code. Code Lyoko. No, it wasn't Code Lyoko. I know that. I played the one Code Lyoko game. It wasn't that it. Son of a bitch. It's gonna drive me nuts. God, I cannot think of what the name of that game was. I can't narrow it down by genre or something. I just, God, I cannot think what the name of that game was. That is bugging the crap out of me too. This game, school. Insects, mental. I don't know. Give me something here. Wow, cool. All right, I tried typing in the three things that I kind of remember of that, and nothing. God damn, this is driving me nuts. What the hell was the name of this game? I mean, the crazy thing is that I remember playing it. I remember playing it because I liked it a lot. I thought this was pretty cool, and I got a copy for my mom. And I'm like, oh, she'll love this. It started with a P. I think it started with a P. Maybe it started with a P. Hold on. Start with a P. L M N O P P P P P. Here we go. P. Okay, I'm in the P's now. All right, come on. What do we got? This is driving me insane. What the hell was the name of this game? God, it's driving me insane. What the hell was the name of this game? No, it wasn't that one. PDC, no. Percy Jackson, no. Fantasy Star Zero, no. Good Cross, no. Wasn't any Pokemon game. Planet 51, no. Blank, no. None of the Pokemon games. This is insanity. I cannot remember what the name of this fucking game was, and it's driving me insane. God damn. The hell was the name of this damn thing? The sad part is that I liked it, and I can't remember what the hell the name of it was. And it sucks. Yeah, now I'm in the fucking queues now. Oh God, I cannot think of what the name of that was, but it was a really good game. Son of a bitch. I'll have to look it up, and I guess I'll have to let you guys know later on. But damn, that bothers me. But that bothers me that I can't remember the name of this. But it's still interesting though that we are getting a RPG style anime. At least we're getting an anime adaptation for The World Ends With You. Hopefully this will lead to more RPG games getting an anime. I would really love a Golden Sun one. If anybody from Nintendo can pull your heads out of your ass for like 5 minutes and listen, I would love a Golden Sun anime series. Okay, I would love that wholeheartedly. Golden Sun anime, please. I am on my hands and knees at this point, begging. I'll start a freaking petition if I have to get one. I mean, if The World Ends With You is going to get a anime adaptation and they're owned by Square Enix, the least that we can get is a Golden Sun one, because Camelot still exists. They've been doing Mario golfing games. They still exist. Come on, give us what we'd like, please. But this still is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to this. We'll know more on the 3rd. So until then, it's speculation at best, I guess. Okay, so I think it's pretty much well established that I am a fan of anime. If not, yeah, I'll give you a moment to pick your jaws up off the floor. I mean, it is what it is. Yes, I was made fun of a lot in high school for it, and in school in general for it, because, oh, you like anime, that weird stuff, and picked on galore, and I remember the defensive stance I always took. Oh, please, it's like, oh, don't complain about that, or oh, what's wrong with that show? And that came back to bite me when I went to tech school because the one teacher actually liked the one show for the animation. Then I had to explain why I had that defensive tone, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. I actually liked the show. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I said, it sounds like a pretty cool show. I said, I haven't seen it, though. And it was because I had to deal with that all through school. But there's always a series that you will watch and you'll forget about it. You'll watch it like one time and then you'll forget all about it. You'll watch like something else. And I have a few dozen of them. I mean, I have a list. And that list is constantly growing because, oh yeah, I remember watching this. Think on the list. Oh no, I watched it on the list. So the list isn't perfect. So it is constantly changing. But Ranker did a list themselves. Random anime you probably haven't watched in years. You can actually vote on it. You can take it up or down. I don't really plan to, so I just want to see what they have on this list and be done with it. So, starting off here at number 1, we have Outlaw Star. I never watched it. It's a show about space pirates. Concept that fans of anything from Cowboy Bebop to One Piece will get behind. I watched Cowboy Bebop. I love Cowboy Bebop, and I'm basically in the train wreck of One Piece. It's almost 1,000 episodes long. Jesus Christ! And people complain, I'm not gonna be able to get through every single episode. Yeah, all the times you were stuck in lockdown. Earlier this year, you could have binge watched One Piece. I mean, they could have honestly came back into it from the start, and that's where a lot of people get pissed off because the start of One Piece sucks. Yeah, I'll admit the start is slow as shit, but it does pick up. I can tell you exactly where to come in, and that's on the Sabaody Archipelago. That's where you can come into the series. Once you're on the Sabaody Archipelago, and yeah, once you're there, you're in business then. But Outlaw Star's number 1. I've never seen it. I have seen number 2 though. In fact, I did review it. Escryed. That is one of my favorite series. It's the one that has the alter abilities where you're able to utilize a power that comes from you. It was really cool. I reviewed it already for season 1 of the GBU. It was a really good show. I just cannot stress how good that show is. And I only have 2 volumes of it anymore. I did have the whole series, but I only have 2 volumes anymore because it's got my favorite episodes on both those volumes. It's volume 1 and volume 6. So, yeah, what does that tell you? I didn't like any of the other volumes. Number 3 is DN Angel. Never seen it, but I have heard about it. So there is that. Basically, it's a show so forgotten that when you look it up on my anime list, the first results are actually Angel Beats. It's a 26-episode show about a mild-mannered middle schooler named Daisuke who transforms into the charismatic art thief Dark Mousy. Wow, okay, Arbosi. Said thievery isn't just done for financial gain. For a complicated series of reasons, his stealings can save the world. Yeah, like I said, I've heard about it. I've just never actually seen it myself personally, but I've heard about it. Hamtaro is number 4, and God, I remember this show. I don't want to remember this show. I'd like to go the rest of my life without remembering this show, but I remember Hamtaro. If you don't know what Hamtaro is, Google it, because I'd like to get it so far out of my head it isn't funny. Number 5 is Chobits. Sounds oddly familiar, but I'm not 100% sure of it. Chobits was a robot girl anime by Clamp that was oddly moving and philosophical if you ignored the fact that it fit neatly into the born sexy yesterday trope. So, yeah, I never saw it, but yeah. And I'm only giving like a short rendition, too, by the way, of the description that they have. So if you want to read the whole thing, check out the article. Links in the description, as always. Number 6 is Busu Renkin. I actually remember reading the manga for this, and the manga had me thrilled a bit. The anime did not thrill me at all. The anime turned me off, and it was painful that it did that. But basically, the plot of that is you think about homunculi, you probably think about Full Metal Alchemist. But Busu Renkin features a high school boy named Kazuki Muto who dies saving a mysterious girl from a homunculi attack. But she brings him back to life with one major change. His heart is now a Kakugini medallion, a powerful alchemical item that can destroy homunculi. It wasn't a bad manga, the couple volumes that I read, but the anime just did not thrill me on episode 1. It turned me off fast. And by the way, they actually give you places where you can watch these. You can actually watch Busu Renkin on Tubi if you're actually interested. I have watched it, at least one episode of it again, and it still sucks. So there's that. Number 7 is Pandora Hearts. Never heard of this one. So you know a show is forgotten when its setting is the abyss, and it doesn't even come up in discussions of the 2017 hit Made in Abyss. It's the same name, but Pandora Hearts came earlier and never really picked up speed. Supernatural fantasy series tells the story of a wealthy 15-year-old heir named Oz. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. And his journey to understand the mysterious world of the abyss. No, that doesn't thrill me. So yeah, there's that. Number 8, Hikaru no Go. Now this I have seen. I actually was getting these, getting the DVDs for these from FYE. I would trade in stuff, get the gift card, use it on their site, get the stuff delivered, and call it a day. And oh man, I loved this show. In fact, we actually got a book on how to play Go literally because of watching this. And I did see the free preview episode that came in the one issue of Shonen Jump. They gave a DVD as like one episode on it, and I did watch that. It's basically Go. It's a board game. It's sort of like a weird version of chess. That's the best way I can describe it. But it is its own sort of game. It's really good. I do like it. I haven't played it. I've just watched like online stuff. I did try like an online version of Go. It's like a small little game you could play, and I couldn't even beat the computer. So what does that tell you? I suck at it. But yeah, Hikaru no Go really is good. I don't want to give too much away. Plus, they don't really have much of a thing here. But Hikaru gets possessed by a genius Go player from the Heian period of Japan, and they have to try to figure out a way to be the greatest Go player in the world, in the cutthroat competitive world. I actually am planning to review this for the GBU at some point, so I don't want to give too much away. Plus, I gotta rewatch it again. It's a really good show. It's on Hulu. Amazon has it for $1.99. Some seasons are on Crunchyroll for free, and I don't know what the hell the Star one is. What the hell's a Star one here? iTunes, Apple. Yeah, okay, no. But yeah, you can get it like for free on Crunchyroll, but it only has some of the seasons. You can also get it on DVD. I recommend getting the DVD because you're running the risk of it being subtitled only. This thing is one of those series that the dub is so much better. I cannot even specify. The dub is so much better. Number 9, Gravitation. I kind of remember hearing about this at some point. Gravitation was a decent show about an aspiring pop singer named Suichi Shindo, who falls in love with a novelist named Yuki. Like most shows in the yaoi genre, the relationship dynamics were wildly unrealistic and kind of terrible. Blah blah blah. All that fun crap, so yeah, not exactly a massive thriller there. El Hazard, it's that one you can only get on Amazon, apparently. El Hazard, The Magnificent World, I don't ever remember this one, so I'm going to be out on that. So 95 anime, that could be rented on VHS from Blockbuster or Hollywood Video. Wow, that really takes you back. Wow, let's go back to the days of Blockbuster. Jesus. God, I remember getting lost at a Blockbuster once. That was sad. So yeah, I don't really remember much about that one. I've never even heard of that one, so let's just skip it. The art is good. Plot is a formulaic one about being transported to another world, fighting monsters. So okay, that's all I need to know. Boogie Pop Phantom is number 11. I remember talking about this on a previous podcast. Not exactly one that I found to be all that entertaining or even wonderfully welcomed or anything. So there is that. Yeah, it wasn't exactly. I mean, I saw a thing for it. It didn't thrill me what I saw of it, and I was like, yeah, no, screw it. And then I remember talking about it for the one episode of the podcast, and it just didn't thrill me. So basically, every anime fan has seen or at least heard of Serial Experiments Lane, but far fewer remember Boogie Pop Phantom. You know, I kind of remember, I just never watched it. So for me, that's definitely one that I'm out on. It's a junk text. Sorry, I got weird. I put my phone on silent. I ended up getting 2 texts. One was something weird, and the other one was a spam text. So that was fun. Waste of a few units, but whatever. But yeah, no, I remember Boogie Pop Phantom. I didn't watch it, but I remember seeing like a clip of it or a trailer for it, and it just did not thrill me at all. I was like, yeah, no, I was out. I said, screw this noise, and I was done. That one's only on Amazon. Of course it is. Time of Eve is number 12 here. That one I've never heard of. Time of Eve interrogates whether there truly is a difference between artificial intelligence and human intelligence. While it's a generally well-made series, people often forget about it unless the concept of artificial intelligence crops up, in which case it's frequently recommended. Why is it so often forgotten? Perhaps it's because artificial intelligence technology is constantly evolving, and what seems like eerie, plausible science fiction in 2008 just doesn't have the same impact today. I honestly never heard of it. I'm not even lying. I've never heard of it. So, again, that one's Amazon only too. Number 13 is Umineko, When They Cry. Yeah, I never heard of that either. You probably see, yeah. Whether you enjoyed it or not, you probably seen or at least heard of it. I haven't, or have heard of Hagurashi, When They Cry. It's the one where the village of cute anime girls go on a killing spree. No, I definitely have never heard of that. So no, I've never heard of this one either. Then, Amazon only too. So there's that. Genshiken is number 14. It's available on Amazon only. Never heard of this. It's anime about a college anime/manga club. Oh yeah, that's an original. That's a freaking original plot there. Oh, it's an anime or manga club. Okay, sure. That's a real original plot point there. You probably forgot about it due to the less than beautiful art style. It's worth a look. Why? Because unlike a lot of fictional anime clubs, the members of the Society for the Study of Modern Visual Culture has the same mix of genuinely nice people and utter creepazoids that you find in actual college anime clubs. Oh wow, thank you. You know, I mean, I could have. If I would be a person, I would have joined an anime club in college. If I would have went to an actual college, I probably would have joined an anime club. So that would have made me a creepazoid. Thank you. I mean, I could fall under the generally nice people, but I'm liable to fall under utter creepazoid. Thank you. That makes me feel so wonderful inside that you've been labeled again. So if you're feeling nostalgic for your own motley crew, rewatch Genshiken. I had never heard of Genshiken, so doesn't bother me. And yeah, that one's only Amazon only, so it's not a bad list, but I remember when I saw the thing on Twitter, the person's like, I would recommend only going like here, or here, and checking out like at least the first 3. And yeah, I can give you some on here to definitely check out. Eskrya, definitely. Hikaru no Go, without a doubt. Like I said, I had Booster Rankin was a joke. The manga was better. Chobits, I kind of remember like seeing that in the aisle, but I never actually bought it. D and Angel I had somewhat heard about, but I never actually watched. So yeah, some of them I could probably say watch, but at the same time, keep in mind, you're running the risk of, do you know enough to get through it? Just binge watch it if you want something new. Like I said, if you really want one to watch, like a list of anime to watch that you're brand new to, I would recommend starting off with, Hikaru no Go definitely. Because you don't need to understand how to play the game to enjoy the series, because they spoon feed that to you as you watch it. Cryad would be a good one if you're into action stuff. If you're into sports, don't ask me. I avoid sports anime series like the fucking plague. If you want something dark and disturbing, I would recommend Death Note or Paranoia Agent. I mean, if you want something really dark, I remember hearing about one series where it starts off really dark, and it just never got better. Oh my god, I just remember it. I don't remember the name of it. I just remember the fact that it just started off so dark and people were commenting on it. But there's that. I'm trying to think of some other ones. So like I said, sports I wouldn't know. If you're looking for comedy, there's half a dozen of them. If you're looking for mech-based, Godanner, Guard, any of the Gundam series. But if you really want to go with the Gundam, if you're into the Gundam series, you want to go with that, I would recommend going with the Build Fighters series. So like Build Fighters Try, Build Divers, and Build Divers Re-Rise. I would go with those 4 first, then go back to the original series, like Gundam Wing, Mobile Fighter G Gundam, 0086. God, there's like so many of them. So many. Iron Blooded Orphans actually isn't too bad. I've seen some clips of it. Just, those are the ones that I would go back to, but I would watch the Gundam Build series first, because that'll at least give you a general idea of what to look for with the mobile suits. And a majority of the time, they'll give you like the heads up. So like if you're new to the Gundam franchise and you kind of want an idea of, like, you may have saw a model kit that you want to know which series it's from, I'd watch the Build series for that. But yeah, as far as Ranker goes, that list wasn't too bad, but I could think of some better ones. But Cryad and Hikaru no Go definitely are on that list for a good reason. Definitely. Alright, everybody, and that's going to do it then this week for the podcast. Sorry I was a little long. The Ranker list was a little more in-depth than I thought it would be. Oh, and I did look up what the name of the game was. I did take a small little pause in between recordings of topics. The game was called Lux Pain. Sorry, I had to burp there. It was Lux Pain. That was the name of the game that I was talking about. That would make a good anime series. Dark, gritty, but that would make a good anime series. But yeah, I'll probably have to do a discussion video on video games that would make decent anime series off the top of my head. But yeah, so otherwise, thank you all so much for tuning in this week. I did get through all my topics. Yes, I got through all the topics. Yeah, so thank you all for tuning in this week for the podcast. Remember, I did put up a video stating when the Q&A deadline is for July. If you haven't seen it yet, check that out. If you're too lazy to check it out, or you just want me to spell it out for you because it's TLDW, too long, didn't watch, it is July 27th at 12 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or Eastern Standard Time, whichever. 12 a.m. is the cutoff on the 27th of July for the July Q&A. That way I can try to record it in case I end up having to work that, I don't know what my schedule is going to be like for that week. So I want to try to get it so I can get it up at least one point that week. If I have to, I can record it that Monday. Then I can put it up either that Thursday or a Saturday, or I could put it up during the day Wednesday or something. I don't know. Or during the day Tuesday even. So there is that. But that's that. I did put up the Q&A video for July, or sorry, not for July, for June. If you haven't checked that out yet, I recommend doing so. And as always, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs down button, subscribe, ring the bell. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. This is the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel, and I am clocking out, baby. Good night, goodbye, and until next week, see yous. Bye, everybody.